In the Hoenn region, there's a vast variety of grass-type Pokémon. Despite that, there's no gym leader or elite form member that specializes in grass types. But developers decided to add an Ice-type elite form member despite that there are just 2 Pokémon of this type in these games, if we don't count Regice, the legendary Pokémon, or Castform Ice form. The 3rd generation surprises us with a wide variety of places like a volcano, a desert, caves, lakes, rivers, and a vast ocean where we can even dive to catch Pokémon. But grass and trees are not an exception. We have a forest and even a city surrounded by trees like Fortress City, or small towns covered by grass and flowers like Verdant Turf, Little Root, or Old Elf Town. In Pokémon Emerald, we had Wallace as the new champion because Steven decided to retire and leave the position to his friend. Since one of Water's main weaknesses is grass, I think that a grass trainer could be a good option to be the new champion. This game also added a trainer that specializes in grass-type Pokémon, and we know them as Aroma Lady, which is gonna be the protagonist of this video. We can find this character in the anime, manga, games, and even has her own support card in Pokémon trading card game. In this video, we're gonna analyze the Pokémon that could be in this new champion team, taking in consideration objects, moves, and abilities. The rules for this video are simple. First, we can only use Pokémon that we can find in the Hoenn region and has grass as a type. And second, we can evolve the Pokémon even if the evolution comes in further generation. To open the fight, I want to use Shfitry with a Pokésash to survive one-hit KOs and the Wind Rider ability to boost our attack in 1 level when our Pokémon is facing a wind-related type attack, paired with a Tailwind to receive the speed boost. The rest of the moveset is Fake Out to open the fight with some damage, a flinch, and remove a possible focus sash of our enemy. Stab Sucker Punch in case that we're at 1 HP and the enemy goes for a priority move. And at last is Spikes to get some utility of that last 1 HP with some hazards, in case that we don't want to go for the priority move. Now with the Tailwind on, we can send out a Pokemon depending on the type of our opponent Pokemon. If it is a fire type, we can go for Ludicolo. He's gonna use a Damn Rock as a hell item to get more turns of the rain with the Rain Dance. The ability is Swift Swim to boost our speed under the rain, and the moveset consists in, of course, Rain Dance because of the object, the ability, and weakens fire type attacks. Surf that under the rain can deal even more damage. Ice Beam for coverage against flying type Pokemons. And Stab Giga Drain to recover some health and deal some damage if we need it. If it is a flying type or a fire type as well, we can go and rely on the Cradily that has Rock as a secondary type. This is a bulky Pokemon, and with the object leftovers, we can recover HP after the end of each turn. The ability is Suction Cups. This ability prevents the other Pokemon from forcing the Pokemon with this ability to switch out, with moves like Roar or Circle Throw or items like Red Card. The moveset consists in Stealth Rocks to put the hazards on the field, which is great against flying and fire type Pokemon. Stab Stone Edge that has a high critical hit ratio and is good against flying and fire type Pokemon. Stab Giga Drain to recover even more health and deal damage. And at last is a status move as Stockpile to raise our defense and special defense in case that we need to set up. In case that our opponent goes for a poison type, we can rely on Roserade, which is one of the signature Pokemon of this character and also has poison as a secondary type. The ability is Natural Cure to remove status conditions when this Pokemon switch out, and the object is Choice Scarf, so we can use this Roserade as a revenge switcher because this Pokemon has great moves for coverage like Psychic type attack, Extrasensory for coverage against poison and helps to get flinches, Stab Slush Bomb to deal damage and maybe poison our opponent. Stab Leaf Storm, a really strong grass type attack to deal a huge amount of damage, but it drops our special attack stat. And at last is the Ghost type attack Shadow Ball for more coverage and could lower the opponent's special defense stat in 1 level. For even more type variety, I'm gonna add, for me, one of the best Pokemons in this generation, Breloom, that has fighting as a secondary type and the ability is Poison Heal, paired with a Toxic Orb. So this Breloom can heal every turn when it's affected by the poison status condition. The moveset is The signature move of this mushroom Pokemon is Spore to sleep our opponent. A strong fighting type attack, Focus Punch that we can use while our opponent is sleeping or we are hiding behind a substitute. Substitute that creates a dull which takes any damage that the user will take instead by giving 25% of our Pokemon's HP. HP that we can recover later with the ability. And at last, I'm gonna add a move thinking about the main threat for this type combination. Thunder Punch to deal damage and have coverage against flying types for this Pokemon. And the last Pokemon on this team is the starter grass type Pokemon of the region, Sceptile. I decided to use the hidden ability Unburden. This ability gives the Pokemon a boost on its speed stat after using the Hell item, which is gonna be Weakness Policy that raises the attack and special attack stat of the Pokemon into levels if the opponent uses a super effective move. The moves are Sword Dance to boost our attack stat into levels, Earthquake, a great ground type attack for coverage against fire and poison type Pokemons. The other one is Thunder Punch for coverage against flying types. And at last is Stop Leaf Blade that has a high critical hit ratio and help us to deal damage. This is it guys, this is the video. Thank you for watching the entire video. Remember to subscribe if you want to see more Pokemon content, and I'll see you until the next one. It has been a long time and they haven't created an Elite Four grass type specialist, like, oh my god.